Now, how many of y'all just became Jiren fanboys?
Enough! Let's end this! Yeah! Silence! The only thing that will end here is your life!
Welcome to the realm of legendary Agwang.
Alright, so Dragon Ball Super episode 96. This episode is actually really hype. I'm excited now, and I think it's did its job. It's did its job in hyping me up, because now I'm pumped to see what everybody's going to do. It's so many alternative motives here, and I am just here for it. Jiren, I will get to that, okay? But first off, let's talk about these gods. I'm going to have to say my favorite god is, what's his name? I believe it's Liquor. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But, I don't know, it's spelled really weird. They all have freaking alcoholic names, okay? I know that's already known, but it's just really weird at this point. Liquor? Like, come on. Well, we got to see the gods fight. We got to see the top elites actually duke it out to test the fighting grounds, and that was actually pretty dope. Like I said, the fox guy, I didn't really care too much about the other ugly gods. I cared about the fox one, the little Kurama looking one. He looked pretty damn beast. The way he was fighting and everything, it was pretty awesome. There was another character, I don't know his name, he was one of the gods, and, they asked him if he was going to fight, and he was like, you already know the results, or something like that, I don't know. He's kind of forgettable right now, until he proves himself otherwise. I don't really care to know who he is, but he does seem a little interesting, because he's just kind of laid back or whatever, So who knows, he might be one of the strongest ones, or he could be a villain later on, I don't know. But, a lot of these gods, a lot of these characters, I probably won't know all their names because it's just too many and they don't really have too much relevancy right now instead of just sitting on the sideline. So we move to Universe 7 and everybody's basically getting gathered up and they're seeing Frieza for the first time. Vegeta's the one who has the biggest problem, because it's Frieza. And I was wondering, could Vegeta actually beat Frieza? I think that he could because technically isn't Vegeta stronger than Goku with their base Super Saiyan Blue? I think the only way Goku actually gets a level above Vegeta is if he goes Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta can't do that. But judging from the Goku Black arc, Vegeta was stronger at that time, and I would assume that he still is, and he just came out of the time chamber. So, who knows? I think he should be strong, but it was just a little weird, because I kind of felt like Frieza had the edge in the way he was talking, or maybe they just don't know their own strength. I don't know. Maybe Frieza just underestimating Vegeta and just poking fun at him. I don't know. But it was funny when Vegeta had to hold Frieza's hand in the circle of friendship, the Unity Circle. It was hilarious because Vegeta did not want to touch Frieza's hand. And it was hilarious. He didn't want to hold hands for anything. It was like a childish moment. It was so funny. And then Beerus just comes in and then he was like, oh, here, take my hand. Does he make you feel better? It was hilarious. An interesting thing about this tournament is that there will be no flying. So the traditional battles that we usually would see, we're not going to see it anymore. In the sense that, where they're just flying around and everything's all going crazy, so much like mayhem. That's not going to happen. Flying is basically nullified in this tournament, so everybody's going to be fighting from the ground. We're bringing it all the way back to Dragon Ball, and I think that's really cool. I actually like that aspect, because everything's on the ground and it's still going to be chaotic because there's a lot of fighters. I believe it's 80. So it's definitely something to look forward to. Now, I know a lot of you guys were waiting for that Frieza and Frost confrontation. That was actually pretty cool. I like that. It was pretty crazy because Frieza, they're both kind of evil, but we know that Frieza is a lot stronger than Frost. And they seem to have created some type of an alliance with each other. I'm not sure what good that would do for Frieza. Honestly, I feel like Frieza is going to try to use him and then betray him at the very end. It's going to be some weird thing. I don't know how he could actually use Frost, and Frost isn't really strong. Hit says he got a little stronger because he said he was actually serious. Take that how much of a compliment as you will. I don't know how useful that is. But I'd assume that Frost is probably going to still be cheating and up to his schemes. But we'll see, I don't know. Whatever happens, I'm all open for it. There are many plots waiting to be spilled, and we're going to see it all happen. Now, Goku. Goku's going to be Goku. He's going to go up to everybody and trying to be all friendly about the fight, and everybody else. They got the mindset that this is going to, be everything. If they don't win, we're all like going to be erased. So Goku's buddy attitude, as Caulifla says, it's ridiculous to them. So she smacks his hand, and just like let him know, like, they're here to see who the strongest is. I mean, that's the kind of weird goal right there. But, I would think that the main thing you should say is that, you don't want your world to be destroyed. But, these are Saiyans, and Saiyans are pretty arrogant. They have a little too much confidence in their own abilities. As you can tell by the way Khalifa commented on the Pride Troopers, because Goku sensed their power levels and he was like, whoa, that key, and she's all like, well, these guys are basically chumps if they're afraid of those guys. Like, those guys will destroy you. Goku will destroy you. Like, you guys are nothing to Goku, okay? Like, you just got Super Saiyan 2. We've done that, like, ages ago. Like, get to level 3 and then maybe we'll, like, raise an eyebrow or something. But the legendary Super Saiyan form, I'm not sure how far that can actually go. That's the one that I'm actually interested in seeing. And it looks like Caulifla and Kel, they're actually sisters. I mean, she says sis. Now, take that as you will. Women call each other sisters a lot, but I think that they're actually probably sisters. It would actually make more sense to why she got a little jealous with, Caulifla spending time with Kaba, and she felt like she was going to be replaced as a sister, the apprentice. So, and it would make sense why, Kel cares about her, so, because Kel seems to be, a little selfish in her own thing. So you have to wonder, why did she make such a shy person her protege in the first place? They have like opposite personalities. So yeah, it looked like they're sisters and there is no lesbian thing going on between them as some people have suggested. Now, cool thing would be for Vegeta to go toe-to-toe with both of them. I would like for Vegeta to basically scale their power and just stun on them. Like, honestly, I want him to stun on not Kel. I want him to stun on Khalifa's ego, because it's really interesting when you have a very prideful Saiyan and then they just get destroyed by some other Saiyan who is more powerful than them. Just seeing their reaction, We've enjoyed Vegeta's, torment from witnessing the power of Goku and how he just keeps getting surpassed by a supposed low-class Saiyan. So that would be pretty awesome for Vegeta to just put them into their place. Now, towards the end of the video, Goku's still on his buddy attitude, and when he sees Toppo, he walks up to him and he tries to greet him, and Toppo's like, he's taking it serious. It's like, yo, like, I'm not interested in any, meaningless squabble, like, we're here to basically save our universe. Like, you're coming in with this bullshit. And then Jiren. He spots Jiren, and the moment he spots Jiren, Jiren is already behind him, and he says, get lost. That right there, I know everybody felt that. That was just so sick. Like, you could just feel the badassness of Jiren. Okay, I became an instant fan. I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't know what his voice was going to be like. If he was going to be like some, Rock Lee, super excited, I don't know if he's going to do some weird poses or things, but he's a serious fighter. Like, Jiren is a beast. Yo, like, the way he just didn't even acknowledge the blocks coming at him if this phone does not stop making notifications. But yeah, I can't wait to see what Jiren's going to do. It looks like Goku may be fighting him head on. He's saying he's going to go full power from the jump. I mean, that's a jackass move. Okay, let me turn this down real quick. As I was saying, that's a pretty ridiculous move because you don't want to burn out your stamina. I mean, but then again, it is only supposed to last for 48 minutes. I mean, but that can be like forever. 2 minutes with the whole Frieza thing is pretty ridiculous. I mean, shit, we might be here for like episodes. I'd say, who knows, maybe 15 episodes. Because this is a whole arc in itself. Like 45 minutes just seems ridiculous. But, I mean, I guess that's the realistic sense. I mean, because everybody has to fight at the same time. I honestly probably would have liked it if there was like one-on-one. But this is a new take. And I'm open to seeing how they're actually going to implement this and execute it. So, Jiren versus Goku, that might happen immediately while everybody else is just battling around them. And oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. I'm not sure if it'll be good to see the two top fighters duke it out from the beginning, but who knows how everything is going to go. It seems like people are going to be switching partners or doing different things. I don't know. It makes sense for the weak characters like Krillin, Master Roshi, Tien, and I guess Gohan, because they're all like not that strong. So for them to do teamwork, that would make sense. Have some doing teamwork and some doing like, single fights or whatever. So I guess that'll be Vegeta, Frieza, and Goku, while Android 18 and 17 will be doing their own duo thing, because we know that they have a great sense of teamwork, okay, from what they did to Future Gohan and everybody else, okay? They gang up on them. So, I don't know, overall, this episode was a really good hype episode. It's really good for what's about to happen next. Next, like, we're about to get the real Dragon Ball Super, the hype. This is what I've been waiting for. The other stuff before, I wasn't really feeling it. It was whatever. But this is the time to get hyped. So I'm really not going to be doing any, ratings, 1 through 10 for episodes. I decided that I'm just going to be telling my thoughts when I do these reviews. And you guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think of this episode? How did it make you feel? And are you ready for the Tournament of Power? You guys be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. This has been Legendary Agwang. Peace.